today I'm bringing you a Skadi Season 4 build guide and tips. So, the whole build is boots, warrior tabi boots, and then I go into Transcendence, and Hasten Fatalis, Jotun's Wrath, the Crusher, and then I pretty much go into Titan's Bane, but you can go into Brawler's Beatstick if there is healing on the other team. So either one's a pretty good choice. And this is ability-based Skadi. And she hurts so fucking much if you build her ability-based. You can, if you want more attack speed, you can switch out one of these for Executioner. Say if you don't want like Fatalis or any of these other items. But I've been liking to build her this way. And this is without lifesteal. So if you don't want that and you want some lifesteal, you can get rid of Fatalis and get Aussie, and then she has some pretty good lifesteal. But I think Fatalis is pretty good on her. Just keeps up with any enemy that, Calder's on, so I personally like it. So, how I build her is I go into her 1 first, obviously, for lane clear and everything else. And if you're in Conquest, you probably want to go your 3 over your 2. Because you can still use Calder when he's not even leveled up. He just doesn't gain like any additional perks. So he just, attacks like that normally. But once you get a point into your 2, he gains a dash attack. And this is pretty great on him. If he's like further away from the enemy, he just like hurries and dashes in on him. And after that, you pretty much want to max your 1 for wave clear and everything else. I think in Conquest, it's a pretty good idea to put 3 points into your 3. It can get, oh sorry, this is level 4, but even at the 3rd level, it gets to a pretty decent size. And you can just zone out your opponent with it and everything, so I think that's a good option. And then after you get 3 points in your 3, go out and max out Calder. In rank 3, he gains an additional perk, which his kills heal him. And this is really important. So if he loses all of his health ticks, he has 5. So let me go over to the raw bot and show you. Because basic attacks and abilities, I believe, get rid of his health ticks. So he's just gonna hopefully die to this raw. Maybe if it would basic attack. Oh, I guess not. But heading over to minions, and this is a really good trick that I didn't learn until a little bit later on when I started playing her a lot. But he can, once he kills a minion, he gains his health ticks back. So if you've gotten out of a fight and Calder is, has no life, and then you want to, go into another fight again, just put him on some minions and he's going to gain health really quickly. And so you just max it out. And then your 3, I think, is the last one you max out. And you obviously want to just upgrade her ult in between, like whenever you can. I think it's really strong. But in the new 4.6 patch, Calder isn't immune to damage anymore, which is just the worst, I think. But that's just me. I mean, obviously it's good for people who hate playing against Skadi, but it's gonna suck. But her ult basically, if Calder has no points, like no health points, it puts him back up to max health and it roots the enemy, so it's a pretty good ability. Here, I'm just gonna hurry and put him on this raw again. So once I activate it, he's gonna gain all of his health back and he's gonna root the god. And then it also does little damage ticks around the area as well. So I really like her ult, but I don't think I'm gonna like it so much when that new patch comes out. But hopefully she'll still be viable. I guess she just won't be as strong, which sucks. But let's go over her abilities if you don't already know them. Let's start with her one. Skadi throws a icy spear for dealing damage to enemies and slowing them for 3 seconds. And the important part about this ability is that Calder's basic attacks deal double damage to targets afflicted by this ability. So you always want to put Calder on somebody and then hurry and do your 3, and then it just does so much damage. That's her main combo you want to do with her. And another combo is to put your 3 down, make him skate everywhere, put Calder on him, and then your 1. And it just does so much to him. They're pretty much almost going to be at least half health or even lower than that. Then you just, basic attack until they die. So it's pretty strong. And the 2, we kind of went over that. Calder gains a dash attack at rank 1, rank 3, his kills heal him, and rank 5, his basic attacks gives Skadi 10% increased movement speed. So I think it's pretty good to have maxed. So, yeah, pretty good. And then obviously her 3 does initial damage on hit. Oh, let me get him off. Initial damage on hit, and then does tick damage for as long as they're in her permafrost. Skadi also gains a 3-second movement speed, which they added in a little bit of other patches ago, which is really good on her. Like, if you're coming out of Conquest, just put this down, go across, and you just get to lane faster, get anywhere faster. So, pretty good in my opinion. But let's go put, all of our, test our build at least on this raw bot so I can show you how much this build hurts. Those are just auto attacks. Obviously this raw doesn't have any items or anything, so they'll be a little bit different. But here's the main combo you need to do. It is just so amazing on her. And then we can kind of go over other viable builds on her. Obviously you can do like Devour's Gauntlet gloves for some good lifesteal. I just personally like Transcendence on her because she is ability based. So you can even go like Devo gloves, Aussie, and just go, let's see, Executioner and crit items. This build also is really good. Typical kind of hunter builds. So you could even, do this with Transcendence. This is one I did a really long time on her before I found the ability-based build. And then you can obviously just keep changing it out and just doing other kind of pen builds with Executioner.
Battle ready.
And yeah, Crusher I think is a really good item on her because it gives her physical pen, and hitting an enemy god with a basic attack subtracts 1 second from all your abilities on cooldown. So since she pretty much is a ability based hunter, I think that item is amazing. So You can pretty much do whatever you prefer, but I personally liked, well, at least right now, like that build I showed earlier. Just the cooldown on her is insane with this. So, relics, I pretty much just go sanctuary and beads, you know, just boring, normal, safe relics. You can obviously switch them out. I mean, if you have maybe like a bunch of ADCs, like at least two on the other team, and you just want thorns, it could be a pretty good counter. Or sprint, I mean, if they have slows. Bracer can be pretty good if they have good bursts, but other than that, this is what I do with her. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you want me to do any other kind of god guides, tips, and tricks, let me know, and I'll see you guys until next time. Thanks.